Welcome to Foreign Currencies with Scott. I'm your host, Scott. So today, instead of looking at my wonderful face, we're going to use this opportunity to look at a foreign currency trading chart for the first time. So what we are looking at is a chart of the USD JPY pair that you can see in the upper left-hand corner there. We spoke about this pair yesterday, so this is the US dollar over the Japanese yen. If we look on the far right-hand side, we can see a number there in a little white box, 151.666. That is the current value of this pair. And if you recall from yesterday, that means that one US dollar is equivalent to 151.666 yen. Now you'll notice that that value has changed a little bit. That is because we are looking at a live chart of trading action that is going on right now. If you look near the lower part of the screen, you'll see on the left it says Tuesday, April 9th, and then it says noon, and then 12:30, and then 1 o'clock, and that is the time right now in the US East Coast where we are recording. If you look below that line, you'll see that there are numbers and letters. That represents the interval that we're looking at. So these little red and green bars that we see on the chart, we call them candlesticks. More on that in a moment, but each candlestick represents a specific time period. So in this case, what you see at the bottom of the screen highlighted in a blue box is 5M. That means we're looking at a 5-minute chart. So each candlestick represents a 5-minute period. If we selected all the way over to the left here, the 1M, that would mean 1 month. So now the chart we're looking at indicates that each candle represents a 1-month period. So that is why the chart goes back to all the way back to 2020, as you can see on the left there. So I'm going back to 5M now for our 5-minute chart. And now we're going to explain what each of these candles tells you. So we call them candles because they have two parts. They have a body and they have a wick. And you can see that the body is the solid red or green part, and the wick is the little line that comes out sometimes below, sometimes above, and sometimes both. But these candlesticks tell you 4 things. They tell you the open price during the period. They tell you the close price. They tell you the high during the period, and they tell you the low during the period. So we know the movement is either up or down is by the colors I've chosen, which are green and red. I've chosen green to represent up and red to represent down. So if you look at this green one here that I've put in the middle, that means that the 5-minute period between 11:45 and noon started at the lower part of the green body and ended at the upper part of the green body. The little wick sticking up there at the top tells you that before it closed, it went a little bit higher, but not much. But then the 5-minute period closed right at the top of the green bar. You can see that some have more prominent wicks than bodies. For example, now this green one that has a body near the bottom of the wick and then a very tall wick. So that tells you the open and close during the period were not that far apart, but during the period it went a little bit lower than that, not much, but it went quite a bit higher during the period. But then it came back and it did close higher during the period, but not nearly as much as the price that it saw during the 5-minute period. All right. So now we can see the price is 151.682 and activity continues. So there is a lot to show in this chart, but I thought it was about time after about a week of videos that we should get our introduction to a foreign currency chart, and now you have that. So I am your host, Scott, and this has been Foreign Currencies with Scott.